Good evening. I hope everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving with their friends, their family, and mine was really, really nice. So tonight I was going to do something a little bit different. Instead of just doing a talk, I wanted to kind of do a show and tell. So basically wanted to share some of my favorite design combos when it comes to the remodels that we do, our flip houses, and just in general. So I'm going to flip my camera and show you some of my favorite stuff. So a lot of times when you're doing a remodel, it's hard to visualize the different combinations, and it can get overwhelming when you're choosing countertops, paint colors, flooring, grout color even. It's hard to decide, okay, what color scheme am I going to use? And will it go together? And then also, obviously, will this, put it at the ARV that I need it to be? And will it be in line with your comps? So there's a lot of things to take into consideration. So here's a couple of my favorite combos. This is a granite countertop here. So when I'm coming up with a design, I like to kind of find one material in particular and then base everything else around it. So if I know that there's a specific granite I want to use or quartz, I'll say, okay, if I'm going to use this is kind of like a beige color, then, and there's kind of a pattern in there as well, then maybe I'll use a more subtle backsplash. So something that's not going to clash. So, for example, if you're using this granite, you're probably not going to go with something, a little more busy. You're going to kind of tone down the backsplash to show off that granite countertop. So this is kind of a beige color. This is also really pretty, a little bit more of a high-end granite. But I paired it with this glass beveled subway. And it's really pretty on the wall. So I've used that a couple of times. So whenever I have a countertop that has a little bit more of a pattern to it, I'm going to go with something subtle, like a white subway or a solid color. As far as paint colors go, I've paired it with this agreeable gray, which is a very popular color in the Sherwin-Williams family. So that's what I paired it with. And then since I'm doing a lighter beige countertop, I'm going to do a darker floor to set it off. So, just coming up with combos that complement each other can be a challenge, but this is why I do what I do. I help investors come up with a color scheme and a design to really emphasize, all the details of the property. So that's one combo. If you're going to go, that would be more like a traditional style, is what I would imagine this color combo. If you want to go a little bit more modern, over here, I love this glass hexagon backsplash. It's got some grays, some whites, some shimmer in it, a little bit of silver. So I would pair that, for example, you could do, this is like a charcoal gray quartz. So that would go really nicely with that. Or even a white quartz. And this is a marble. So this is like a Carrara marble. That would also go nicely with that. And then as far as flooring goes, you could go light. This is actually luxury vinyl. So this is a great option for, if you're doing a rental property or somewhere where you can't install tile because of, other issues with settling, vinyl is a great option. And it looks like wood or laminate. And it is waterproof, which is great. And then as far as the paint colors, I would do something a little bit on the cool side, since I'm doing, silvers and whites and charcoal gray. I would do a cooler tone, such as Sherwin-Williams grayish. It's a great color. It's very neutral, but it's a little bit cooler, but it gives it a very modern feel. This is another one of my favorites, this hexagon tile here. This could be used in a bathroom or a kitchen backsplash as well. But it goes with just about anything because it's, very neutral. But it also has a modern feel to it as well. And then this is one of my favorites here. This we used in one of our flip properties with a white quartz countertop and gray shaker cabinets, and it just looked amazing. Even though the countertop was white and the backsplash was white, because this has texture and dimension to it, it really made it pop. So it was beautiful. It was a great combo. But you could also do the charcoal gray quartz as well, and it would look gorgeous. But it's a more modern, has a more modern look to it. Over here, I have some gorgeous tiles, some marble, some glass. This one has a really unique shape. So if you're doing a more high-end flip, this is like something that would really be like a wow factor, is, with a tile like this. So this could be used in a bathroom, a kitchen as well. And then behind it, I have this mosaic kind of stacked pattern here. It's got marble, glass, and then some glass with some texture as well. This is another option for a glass tile, but it's, in a subway. It's a little bit longer than a traditional subway tile, but it's got some nice texture to it too. And that would look really nice with marble, or, and I'll take you back over here, this granite has some grays in it, and it would go awesome with that as well, because that's a very simple tile, and it would complement this type of granite very nicely. And then this one is also really fun. It's a hexagon, but it's got metallic, actually metal in it, and some ceramic, some glass. Actually, that's marble as well. So this would be a more high-end backsplash option. And then if you wanted to add some color, don't be afraid. If you've got a simple countertop, a white quartz, this is a fun blue color. I don't know if you can see the light, but it's a ceramic, and it actually has, it's kind of like a faded look to it. And this one is really nice. If you don't want something just super simple, this adds a lot of fun dimension to your backsplash. The way the light catches it, it's beautiful. And with this sort of combination, because look how nice the blue looks with those grays, or with that marble. Flooring, I would do kind of like a gray. This is, I believe, a laminate, but you could do hardwood. Or like a lighter ceramic pattern. So there's so many options. So like I said, it can be super overwhelming when you're picking out your finishes for your flips, because there's so many things to consider. Obviously budget is huge, so some of these are obviously less expensive than others. So that's a big part of it. The least expensive option would be your subway. Just a simple white ceramic subway tile. Super inexpensive, but you can make it look really nice in the right application. So for example, and this is another subway, but it's beveled. So you've got a beveled edge, which gives it some more dimension as well. And it's not as plain as this traditional subway. And it looks really nice with this granite. You could even do it with the beige color. So lots of options here. This is another subway. I've used this in a shower before, and it looked really nice. You could go darker on the grout, and it really pops. But it's also another inexpensive option. So those are just a few of my favorite finishes. This is also really, really nice. This is, on the higher end side, a really beautiful tile. It's a natural stone. So a little more expensive than your ceramic, but it's just really pretty. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. And then another thing I wanted to mention, when you're picking paint colors, never look at the name of the paint color, because that can really throw you off. For example, if you'll notice, these are all considered gray, right? Useful gray, worldly gray, repose gray. But when you go from the left to the right in this color, this Sherwin-Williams color wheel, the colors on the left are more on the brown side, and the colors on the right, they start to cool off. So sometimes you'll notice when you choose a gray color, it looks blue on the wall, and that could be because of the lighting or depending on the application. So that's why it's really, really good idea to ignore the color's name and to actually get a sample. And you can actually go to Sherwin-Williams or Home Depot or wherever you buy your paint, and they actually will let you purchase, they're like $3, purchase one of these and throw that paint on the wall to test it in the room that you're painting, because it can really throw you off the color you see on the swatch versus the color on the wall. So that's another tip when you're selecting paint. So that's about all I wanted to share today. And if anyone has any questions or needs help selecting finishes, I do offer packages for investors to help them with that specifically. So I hope everyone has an awesome night, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.